Welcome back to Gyro Dynamics. Okay, so I'm not going to open anything in this video, but I am going to show you the deck that I've been talking about for a couple videos. And I decided not to do it with the top-down camera. I think maybe it'll be easier just to show the camera, you know, instead of having two different cameras going, and the focus I think might be a little better this way. So let's give it a try, right? Okay, so the reason why I decided to go ahead and build a 5-color dragon deck is because I got the, what is it called? The Here Be Dragons, There Be Dragons, Secret Lair, whatever that was, right? And because I got that, I was like, you know what? I really need to build this deck. I shouldn't just have this stuff sitting in my binder. I should play with it. And I haven't built a deck in a long time, so here I am. I've built 2 decks. So I built the deck, and then I have some cards that I swap out to make it a different deck, and so I'll show you that, show you those extra cards to show you, you know, what the deck goes from. You know, it's a Tiamat deck, and then it becomes an Dragon deck. So you know, the standard dragon decks. But yeah, here we go. All right, here's the deck box. This thing's beefy. I like it. All right, I'm definitely gonna keep the deck in this deck box. Yeah, I like it a lot, and so yeah, let's go ahead. We are going to start with the Tiamat. All right, let's see. Okay, well that's the reflection's not great with that, but you guys see it, right? Have you seen the Secret Lair version of this card? That's not focusing in at all. Great. Alright, there we go. That's a little better. Oh, look at that. Nice. Tiamat. Okay. I'm probably not going to do that with every card. You know, I'm basically going to do a quick show of each card, kind of show you guys what I did with it. But that's the commander. And then when I change up the deck, the commander is the Scion, or not the Scion, the Dragon. Right, and this is the Secret Lair version of the Dragon. I do have the regular version of the Dragon, and so I do believe I am going to be trying to sell that card at some point. But for now, it is sitting in my binder. Okay, and then I may need to pause the video and let the dogs in because they seem to be scratching and they don't seem to be stopping. So let me do that real quick. I have let the dogs in, and so of course Bruce wanted to make an appearance. So here's Bruce in the video, and then pretty soon I will tell him to get out of the video so I can continue making the video. All right, Bruce, time to go. I could see him making another appearance at some point in time, but for now he is going to go lay down, so that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out the deck. So pulling it out like this, it is double sleeved, so it is a thick boy, big old thick boy deck. Right, which makes shuffling so fun. I am a terrible shuffler, and so a thick boy deck makes that even funner. But the sleeves are pretty good. It's sliding together. It'll mash together pretty nicely. But right now I have it alphabetized, so no shuffling. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. So the Tiamat deck is a treasure-focused dragon deck. All right, so almost exclusively dragon creatures. There's a couple of non-dragon creatures, but almost exclusively in my tribal decks, I like it to be the vast majority, if not 100% of the tribe. But with the dragon tribe, even in the Dragon deck, and then this one with the treasure focus, I really did need to kind of like fill out the deck with some creatures that kind of help out the dragon tribe. So, but we are going to start with the ancient copper dragon. Yes, ancient copper dragon. See, these sleeves are going to make this reflection not be very fun throughout this video. Here, maybe if I do. Well, so I apologize for the reflection. I will work on that. But yeah, so let's keep going. Ancient brass dragon. You guys will probably catch the theme here. These are the dragons from the Secret Lair, so they are all in there. Ancient bronze dragon. Yes. Ancient gold dragon. I'm more of a flavor guy than a function guy, so some of these dragons might not be the best for the deck. but I will go ahead and put them in anyways. Ancient Silver Dragon. Especially when it comes to the Ur Dragon deck, because some of them are treasure dragons and that sort of thing. Okay, so my first non-dragon card, Anguished Unmaking, and this is the promo, the game day promo from way back in Shadows over Innistrad. I do believe that's correct. Yeah, great looking card. I also have the Secret Lair, and it almost made the cut because it's kind of like the metally one, right? Where it's like a metal poster or whatever, and that kind of fits the theme. But I just really like this game day promo, and so I put that in there for now. I have all the cards now. I was missing a couple of cards that I had to order. I have all the cards now, but I am ordering upgrade variants because this is going to be one of my flashier decks, one of my blingier decks. If I plugged it into like TCG Player or whatever, I think I might cry a little bit with how much money is in this deck. All right, moving on. The Arcane Signet from the Secret Lair. I really, really, really like these signets, but this was the only one that I could squeeze into the deck, and I love this card. It's just my favorite. The new Arcane Signet coming out with the Magic Fest is really cool too, kind of like a Infinity Gauntlet, but I'm not going to replace this Arcane Signet. That's the best. All right, my first land, Arid Mesa. This is the foil expedition version. I have all of those expeditions, for the new expeditions, not the older expeditions that are worth even way too much for me. All right, so Atarka World Render. I think I have like a miscellaneous promo coming in the mail. It was super cheap, shiny. It just kind of like blings it up a little bit, but nothing too fancy. All right. In the treasure deck is Sushi, the Blazing Sky. Pretty decent dragon for a treasure deck. I think the only difference is I wanted the foil version. This is just the full art, but that is super close to the bottom of my upgrades for the deck, so I won't be jumping into that one anytime soon. But at some point I may try to trade for it or just go out and get it if it's the last card I need or whatever. Okay, Badlands. So I own 3 dual lands, 3 revised dual lands. They are all in here. At some point in time, I will own the full 10 revised dual lands. Played, I don't need them to be like great condition, graded, anything. Played, because I'm going to put them in commander decks. Or, I'm going to own them, and then I can get proxies and put them in my commander decks. And if anybody questions it, I'll have the real thing to put in there. So I didn't just put proxies of the dual lands in the deck that I don't have a copy of, because I'm not cool with that. I think you should own the card, but if someone else is playing me with a proxy deck and they're just testing it out, I don't mind. That's not a big deal. But for me, for my decks, I'm not going to put a card in I don't own. But I would like to get proxies, especially for a deck like this where almost all, if not all, the cards are going to end up being a foil variant of some sort of special variant. So I'll probably get some cool looking proxies of the dual lands to throw in here. We'll see. I've been kind of looking for dragon themed dual lands, so if you see any out there, let me know. Beast Within, another piece of removal. I love this card. I think it's fun. There it is. Black Market Connections is in the deck, full art variant. I actually pulled this one. I didn't have to go out and buy that. That's good, because that's way more expensive than I was expecting it to be. All right, Blood Crypt. Okay, so my shock lands that are in here are shock lands that I didn't have the oh my goodness, that is not ooh. Anyways, these are the Secret Lair shock lands. They are not in foil. They did not come in foil. I have all of them though, so I'm kind of torn because I really do like them in the I really do like the art, and I like having all of a certain theme, that sort of thing, but they're not foil. But the foil ones are, you know, either the older ones from Ravnica sets, one of the Ravnica sets. I could go out and get foil versions of all of them. The original expeditions, which are way too expensive, or the new full art ones coming from Infinity, which I'm not a huge fan of the theme. They're beautiful cards. I'm just not a big fan of the theme. It's like I don't really want to put Warhammer cards in this deck. Same you know thing. I'm not a huge fan of the theme. Now, if I built a Warhammer deck, I would love those cards. Those Shocklands from Infinity. Those would be beautiful. But right now these work, and I'll figure out if I want to do like a foil variant of them, or do, you know, get a different version of the Shocklands. I also you know, don't have all the Shocklands in here because I do have some duels, and I, you know, some other, and some tri-lands and things like that. So it's not necessary that I have all the Shocklands. All right, Blood Money, pretty fun card for a treasure deck. I'm going to see though, because it is super expensive. This may be one of the cards that gets cut after I play the deck a few times and see if that just becomes like prohibitively expensive and I don't want to play it anymore. It's a seven cards. You get treasure back, so it's like you get the mana back, but it's 7 mana. With a treasure deck, that works because you're not necessarily holding up your mana, you have treasures. So we'll see. If I end up having it just sit in my hand in a bunch of games, I'll pull that card and replace it with something else. Bloodstained Mire, the again, the new Expedition version. Bootlegger's Stash. This is another card that could see getting pulled. I ended up going out and getting this because I didn't have a copy of it. Treasure in Green is not, I wasn't super impressed with that concept. You know, I don't think green decks should have treasures per se. But in a 5-color deck, especially focused on treasure, I kind of wanted to at least try it out. Because it could end up leading to a lot of treasures, a lot of blowouts with a treasure win of some sort or the other. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll give it a chance. Boros Charm, a like double sleeved but still very, very curled Boros Charm. I am lucky that I play in a very casual group, in a very casual format, because yeah, that's marked. If there was any if there was any judges going around looking to see, you know, is this card like obvious? Yeah, it's pretty obvious. So that's unfortunate. I ordered that on TCG Player. I did give the seller a little bit of feedback because yes, the curling in the cards does not cause a card to not be near mint. Which maybe they should reconsider that, but it's tough with everything being curled these days. So almost no foil could be near mint, right? So I get it. But I just told him, because it showed up in just a loose sleeve in the envelope. I just messaged him because I had to message him about the other card. It was definitely graded wrong, the other card, and I'll show you guys that when we go through too. I'm not gonna name drop him. He made it right, and I gave him I fixed the rating that I gave him. I don't do that very often, but you'll see the other card. It was frustrating. But okay, so I just advised him that if he's going to ship out these cards that are obviously like curled, to at least put them in a top loader, unless it's just too expensive to just not make it worth it. Top loader should at least help keep it from curling more in the mail, and it shows up and it doesn't look curled when it gets there. It just kind of, it's more appealing, and then it's up to me at that point. Am I gonna leave it in the top loader, you know, make sure it doesn't curl more? That's on me at that point. So I gave him that little bit of advice. Seemed like a nice guy, so hopefully he's not like, oh, this guy's a Karen, a magic Karen. I don't want to be a magic Karen. All right, next card, Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls in a in the new Expedition foil framework. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards that I own. It will go in pretty much every commander deck that I build. I don't see enough people doing that. I mean, I get it, you know, it's like, oh, it's obviously good in tribal, right? So it's obviously good in a dragon deck. But really, it casts your commander. It helps you cast your commander by making whatever color you need for your commander. And if you name your commander's creature type, your commander can't be countered. It's just good in almost every commander deck. That's my take on it. I know some people disagree. Okay, Chromatic Lantern. I don't like this art. I really don't. I'm considering going out and getting like just a regular foil version of the Chromatic Lantern, because this art just really doesn't fit the theme of the deck. But it's a shiny version. It's nice, I guess. I own it. I'll probably move on from it one of these days, just sell it, because it's just not my style. And interestingly enough, the foil version from the Warhammer deck, other than the fact that it has that special like triangle at the bottom, which I don't really care for, showing the universes beyond or whatever it's there for, I like the art on it though. It doesn't strike me as Warhammer too much, you know. It could fit in a deck, especially like this, so I may go out and get that, but it's a little pricey right now, so we'll see. All right, Command Tower, another obviously curled. Hey, get that, Commander Legends, who'da thunk it? Foil, curled foil. So Command Tower though, full art foil, I like that. That's a good card. All right, Crux of Fate. This is the why am I gonna forget what the Strixhaven archive. Anyways, this is the foil etch version. I like foil etch in as many, whenever a card is available in foil etch, that's when what I want it in, because foil etch doesn't curl, and so yeah, it's foil etch. All right, check that bad boy out. Cyclonic Rift, full art foil, beautiful art, awesome card. But I can one up that one. Foil etch Dockside Extortionist. Dockside Extortionist. Foil etched. Look at that. This card also, I was a little bit disappointed. I don't like to be a Magic Karen, but this is an expensive card. It is a really expensive card. I ordered it. I didn't pull it. It's one of the cards that I didn't pull, and so I ordered it. Ordered a near mint copy of it, foil etched, so it wasn't curled. Super excited to get it, and it has just the slightest like nicking all along the top of it. And I don't know, you know, if he did it when he loaded. It's actually a little bit on the bottom too. I don't know if he did it when he loaded it into the mailer, you know, and it was a near mint copy, because it's so close that I can't even say that it's not near mint. It's like just me being that picky, but with a card this expensive, yeah, I can be picky. But I could easily see this also still qualifying as near mint, because it's very slight. Oh, you know, I notice it because, you know, I'm me. But yeah, it probably was near mint, and he went to ship it and just kind of like nicked it, and I'm like, a little disappointed, but not terribly. It's a great card. It's a beautiful card. All right, speaking of beautiful card, Dragon Lord Dramoka. Check out that art. I love that art. And this card just kept making the cut. There might be some better dragons out there, although it's a good dragon. It's a really good dragon. There might be some better options out there, but like, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, and that art, the art makes me have to pick it, right? All right. Okay, this is gonna be a long video. I talk too much. All right, the last card from the Secret Lair. No, not the last card from the Secret Lair. You know what? I was wrong when I was saying earlier, because the Ancient Dragons aren't the Secret Lair cards. Sorry, that was my mistake from earlier in the video. You may be ranting at me already. The cards, they're the Ancient Dragons from the regular Baldur's Gate set. I went out and ordered all of those for the deck because of the Secret Lair dragons, which we will be getting to. Yeah, I'm silly. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so this is the bonus card from the Secret Lair. Dragon's Horde would not have made the deck. It's a decent card, but there are better options. But because it's the Secret Lair card, it's got the special art, the foiling, I had to put it in. It's not probably it definitely wouldn't have made the cut otherwise. But there you go. Check that guy out. Let's get that to focus. Dragon's Horde. Decent card though, decent. And that art is cool. All right, Dragon Tempest. Great card. I don't think that'll ever get cut. That'll be a good card for the deck, but I don't have a foil version, and the foil version's a little bit pricey, so I don't know when I will be getting it, but it's definitely higher up on the list of cards that I want to pick up. All right, here's one of the Secret Lair cards, the Ebon Lich. Ebon Death Draco Lich. And the funny thing is, I actually really like the full art of these cards, the dragons that are in it. And if I was just building the deck from scratch, that's probably what I would have went with. But the Secret Lair is pretty cool, and I did kind of make the deck themed around that showcase styling of on a couple other cards too. All right, Gadrak. Come on. Gadrak, the Crown Scourge? What is it? The Crown Scourge, yeah. See if I can get it to focus for you guys. It's not wanting to do it. Anyways, Gadrak. So look that up if you want to look at it. It's a treasure dragon, so it made the treasure version of the deck. Galazith Prismari, same thing. Treasure dragon that was good enough for the treasure deck, but is getting pulled out of the regular deck. Nice. Another treasure dragon is Ganex Astral Hunter. Pretty cool. This is one of my pride and joys because I love his art, and especially the art on this card. Foil full art farewell. Seb McKinnon, thank you for making this. It's beautiful. All right, I have some ramp in the deck if you didn't think I did. Farseek. This is the Time Spiral version, not the foil Time Spiral version though, because that was too expensive for me. I was like, I don't think I need to go all that far, but I did. I don't know if I ordered it or if I put it on the back burner, and I will be ordering the promo, the Friday. I think it was a F&M promo version of the card. But I like this version, so I could stick with that for a while. Okay, so as you see, I have dragons, I have removal, I have board wipes, I have some ramp. So it's got a good mix of cards. All right, let's get some more lands. All right, I am going with these so I'm doing 2 of each basic just to kind of like play with it and see if that's the right land count for this deck. So yeah, and I went with the same art on all of them except for the planes because I didn't have 2 of that art, and I think I ordered the second plane so I could make it like match up. I wasn't 100% sure which lands to go with in this deck, but I'm going to try these out because I really do like these Kamigawa lands. So those are beautiful. All right, Garruk's Uprising, foil showcase version of that. Beautiful. Good card too. All right, Goldspan Dragon. Great treasure dragon, but I think good enough probably to keep it in the deck in the Ur-Dragon version. So we'll play it. We'll give it a shot, see how it plays. I do not have a fancy version of this. This is just a regular version, and the fancy versions are expensive because the regular version is expensive. So we will see. I will probably upgrade it at some point, but that's a purchase. We'll see. All right, Grim Hireling. One of my few non-dragons in the deck. Why? Because it is removal on a stick when using treasures. So it's pretty good. Haven of the Spirit Dragon. Went out and got a foil version of this. I did not have that. I had a version of it from the dragon deck. Focus. This was not a super cheap card, but I wanted to get my lands right, so I did order. You guys know what it does. But I did want to get foil versions of any land that had a foil version in it, because the lands were going to stay the same in both decks, and then also a lot of these lands will be used in other decks too. Not so much that one because it's a dragon themed land. All right, Hellkite Tyrant. I think there's a foil version of this that is just insanely expensive, so I will not be upgrading that one anytime soon. Heroic Intervention. All right, so on top of the dragons, lands, board wipes, removal, and ramp, I have some protection. Heroic Intervention, full art foil, beautiful. All right. Icing Death is probably a dragon that wouldn't have made the cut if it wasn't in the secret lair, but he is definitely going in, or she. I think it's a she. Anyways, Icing Death is going in my Dris Durden deck when I build that, which probably won't be too long, but it's also in this dragon deck. Inferno of the Star Mount. Focus. Decent. All right. Decent card. I like it. You know, it's your standard. Like it'll pump and wait. So when its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target. Yeah. So if you pump 20 mana into, or not 20, if you pump 14 mana into this, then you can deal 20 damage to any target. So that's kind of cool. It's got flying, it's got haste, it can't be countered. All good stuff. And this is the dragon that they used for the sleeves. Kind of wish this was Tiamat, but you know, cool dragon for the sleeves. Ooh, this video is going long. All right, islands. Beautiful, beautiful Kamigawa Islands. Imarith Desert Doom. It's a fun card. I could see putting that in the deck even if it wasn't a secret lair one. All right. First tri-land is Jetmir's Garden. Very nice, very nice. Second tri-land is Ketria Triome. Kind of wish they did all of the cycle lands or tricycle lands or triomes or whatever you want to call them as triomes, but I'm glad they also finished the cycle. So all right, Kindred Discovery. I'm going to test this out, see if it works. It's in a lot of dragon lists, so I was like, well, you know, who am I to say that it doesn't work if everybody else says it works, so let's give it a shot. I have a full art version of it. I don't know why I didn't take the time to go find that before I did this video. But yeah, I have the full art version from, what was it, Baldur's Gate, Commander Baldur's Gate. So I'll go get that. I don't think I have the foil version though. All right, so this one is Lozan Dragon's Legacy. Good card, good card. And I also have it in that showcase styling foil. All right, this one is one of my pride and joys. Had to do a big old trade to get this, so I didn't actually pay cash for this. Mana Crypt. Yes, this is the old school promo version of Mana Crypt, the original, and yeah, it's a beauty. It is a beauty. Marionette Master has to be in a treasure deck, even though it's not a dragon. Got to put it in there. Miriam, Sentinel Worm, good dragon, also in the showcase theme, so it's got to be in there. All right, Foil Morphon the Boundless. Great card. I'm finally getting a chance to play it. He could be a commander all on his own. He's a good boy. I almost wanted to get the Judge version of it, but I already had this foil version of it, so I was like, why spend the money on the Judge version? The art isn't that different. It stands out more because it's the Judge promo, but I love this card, so we're good. We're good. And then I think this is the only land that actually has the dragon in it, you know, from the 5 basics. Love that. I was like, yep, that's the one. It's part of why I picked the Kamigawa lands. All right, foil Nature's Lore. I think I want to do the Secret Lair Nature's Lore. It's a beautiful card. It's not in foil though, so that's kind of a bummer. But I think I really like the art. All right, there it is. Foil Showcase, Old Gnawbone. Holy crap, beautiful card, expensive card. Works amazing in this deck, especially the treasure deck, but it sticks around as well into the regular deck. All right, Path of Ancestry. So I'm using the Secret Lair version for now. Actually, I think in the mail today is coming the full art, regular full art version. I think that fits better in the deck than this one, but this is a great looking card, and so it's in there for now. That's a great looking card too. I just think the other one has the aesthetic that matches more the deck. All right, so this is what I was talking about. I have the 2 different planes. I ordered the 1 planes to add to the deck. Let me look. Yeah, I got a second one of this. So this will be I will have 2 of these in the deck when it's all said and done. Traded for a full art Plaza foil full art Plaza of Heroes. I love this card. It's going to go in a lot of decks. I know some people were high on it, some people not so much, but it's a great card. It's in my decks. I traded for that. Didn't have to buy it, so that's cool. Reign of Riches is in my treasure deck, of course. It's a good card. Full art. I have another Tri-Land, the Rogren. Okay, someone's coming in. Let me pause. All right, the boys came home, so so you may hear them in the background, but they'll be a little quiet. All right, so moving on. I showed that, right? Yeah, Rogren, Triome. Yeah, okay. Renari. I think Renari is going to be a very strong card in this deck. I didn't see him in too many lists, maybe because he's 4 mana, but you may cast dragon spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. So Vendokin Ori for your dragons and artifacts. It's also got that showcase frame. It fits the theme, so it's in there. All right, Revel in Riches, got to have that in your treasure deck. I mean, you don't have to, but I do. I'm going to try to win with that one of these days. Rhythm of the Wild. Okay, so great card. Has to be in the deck. I think I mean, it doesn't have to be in the deck, but it's a great card in the deck. This is not the foil version. Holy crap, is that expensive. Why didn't I pull that back then? Jeez. So I'm going to be looking to trade for that at some point, because I don't think I can justify spending $30+, whatever it was, on a foil uncommon. All right, next card is the Rift Liberated Primeval Foil Showcase. Beautiful, or not foil, textured. It's kind of like the foil etched. I feel like those are less likely to curl. All right, Savai Triome. You guys know what it is, right? It is not focusing on that very well. Anyways. All right, one of the tricycle lands. And then my second dual land, Savannah. Ooh. Come on. Oof. It is not focusing at all right now. Okay, you guys know what the Savannah is. All right, Scolding Tarn is the Expedition foil. Scolding Tarn, beautiful. Secluded Courtyard. This is the promo, the foil promo version of it. I love that. I love the text box. Beautiful card. Good card. Treble decks. All right, Silumgar, the Drifting Death. I have the other Silumgar in the foil etched, and I wanted to put it in the deck really bad because I have it in the foil etched. It just didn't make the cut. Smothering Tithe, foil etched version of this. I pulled this one on camera. Very excited to have it in my first deck. Nice. Alright, so the hardest choice of any deck, the Sol Ring. Of course it had to be in there, right? You know, Sol Ring has to be in there. Let's see if I can get it to focus in. The hard choice is which Sol Ring to put in the deck. This is one of the few cards that I don't think I'll get rid of multiple versions of. That'd be silly. I need it in every deck anyways. No reason to go out and get like proxies of Sol Rings when I have so many already. This is going to be my only version like this though, and I like it a lot in that old border, so it's in the deck. It's old border foil. Beautiful card. I have so many different good versions of Sol Ring though, so it's tough because like eventually, you know, I'm gonna have to make other decks and I'm gonna be like, which Sol Ring goes into this deck? That's gonna be a fun choice that I have to make each time. So I'm excited. But yes, this is the one that's gonna go in here. I'm actually surprised that I ended up that way, but I like it. All right. Spell Swindle. This one also may get pulled from the deck. I have not decided. We'll see how it plays. 5 mana for a counter spell. It does give you treasures, but 5 mana for a counter spell is rough. That'll be one of the first cuts, I think, if I start trying to reevaluate the deck. All right, Steam Vents from the Secret Lair. Stomping Ground, Secret Lair. Again, both of those have the same thing. I could end up replacing them with different versions. We shall see. Swamps. These are the swamps I went with. The ones that some people confused for mountains. Alright, this is a fun card. I'm torn because I really do like the a different art, but this is such a cool looking card, so unique, and it fits the treasure theme of the deck. Swords to Plowshares. Look at that version of Swords to Plowshares. That's not even a magic card. Jeez. Alright. Teferi's Protection. It is the Strixhaven Archive. It's regular foil. It's not the foil etched. Alright. A foil Time Spiral Remastered Temur Ascendancy. Temur Ascendancy. Beautiful, beautiful. That was not nearly as expensive as I thought it was going to be, so I went with it. Alright. Terror of the Peaks. This is not a special version. I thought I had a full art version of this card, but I could not find it for the life of me. So that's disappointing. And I may upgrade this, but it's also very expensive. So I don't know. It's towards the bottom of my upgrade list because I don't really want to spend all that money on it. Alright, speaking of foil, at least, to foil the Great Henge. I used to have a full art version of this. I traded it. I think that was a mistake. No offense, Adrian. I hope you enjoy it and love it. I shouldn't have traded the full art version to you. No, not trade. I sold it to you, didn't I? So maybe I should have. I will go out and get a full art version of it, or a full art version of it, when I decide that I don't like money and want to throw it away at stuff even more than I already do. We'll see. The World Tree. Very cool. Cool card. Foil full art. 3 Visits. This is the full art version of it. I do want the foil full art, but I mean, it's a sorcery, so it's not high on my priority list of getting the foil version of it. Treasure Vault Showcase, the dungeon module version. Treasure Vault foil. Beautiful. Awesome. Cool. Third and final dual land is Tropical Island. It's the first dual land I ever got because my favorite deck was Azuri, and I wanted the dual land for Azuri. And then after I got that one, I kind of got like the bug, so I got 2 more, and then I stopped getting them, and I really shouldn't have. I should have gotten all 10 because they were not affordable at the time, but much more affordable than they are now. I need to get the rest of them though, so eventually I will. Alright, 2-Headed Dragon, foil, or is it foil? No, I think it's just full art. I don't think it comes in foil. I think it's just a full art. Two-headed Hellkite. We will see how that plays. It looks like it's going to be good. We shall see. All right, Ugin. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I really wanted to put this in the deck. It doesn't end up in like a lot of dragon lists, but I wanted it to be there. It fits for me. It's a good card, but it may get cut. We'll see. Also, this is the Fate Reforged promo, and I haven't had a chance to play with it. Or not Fate Reforged, Ugin's Fate promo. So yeah, I do like the full art. There was two different style of full arts too. I think extended and full art, something like that. Anyways, borderless and extended art. I don't know. Both beautiful. I do love those, but this is, I think, more unique. So, all right. Then Unclaimed Territory. Is this the promo? I think this is the league promo. Who was playing in that league? I was having a ball playing in that league. And I got this promo. I miss League. League was a lot of fun. It was a simple little format, you know, where you start out with, you know, a couple of packs and like a deck or something, and then you build, or I think you started out with like 3 packs and you build a deck out of it, and maybe it wasn't 3. Anyways, you started out with a very small pool of cards. I think it was 30 cards, maybe 40 cards max as your a minimum as your deck, and you struggled that first week to build a deck, and then you were able to add packs to it and improve your deck as you went. It was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it at our store, but you know, it went away. Verdant Catacombs, beautiful. Windswept Heath, also beautiful. And again, Wooded Foothills, also beautiful. Wrathful Red Dragon, the pre-release promo. I actually pulled this. This was my pre-release promo for that event. Otherwise, I probably would have. I may have, but no. Is this the one that comes in the showcase? I think this might come in the showcase. And I may have ordered it. We'll see. Xander's Lounge. Another Triland. I don't have all the Trilands in here, but I made room for plenty. So, more tap lands than usual, but they're good tap lands. Zorn, gotta try out Zorn, see how he goes, see how he does. He may get pulled, but he's a treasure creature for sure. Faux show. And last card in the deck is Ziatora's Proving Ground, another one of the Trilands. Okay, so please, please, please give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. Deck's beautiful. Too opulent? Is it ridiculous? You let me know any thoughts. I would love to hear them. I don't get nearly enough comments, so hopefully you comment on this. But that's the treasure deck with Tiamat as the commander. Okay, so now, did you guys know about this? Whee! These are my extra cards. I'm also going to have my tokens in here. I have not ordered all my tokens, or I haven't looked for them because I don't want to order them because I know I have a bunch of them first. But I do have the Frost Icing Death. Sorry, Icing Death token. So when Icing Death dies, he becomes like a sword. And so that token's in there. Other than that, when I switch out to the Dragon as my commander, then I will also switch into a more traditional dragon deck. So I have Bellfire Dragon. Another card that I don't have a special fancy version of because it's super expensive. This is my Bladewing the Risen. As you guys see, that is from Scourge. What you may not know is I pulled this back then. This might be the oldest card in the deck that I pulled. I think it is. I think I have one other card from Scourge in the deck too. So both of those cards are the oldest card that I physically pulled for the deck. But yeah, once again, Bladewing, old school Scourge version, opened out of a pack myself as a kid, little guy. Not a kid. I was sadly older than I should have been way back then, considering, that means I'm that much older now. All right, I'm going to give this card a try. I saw this in some list. Bower Passage. Creatures with flying can't block creatures you control, so most of my creatures cannot be blocked. Dragonlord Servant. Foil. And then my other Scourge card in the deck, Dragon Speaker Shaman. So this deck is more about cost reduction of my dragons. Speaking of big dragon boys, Earthquake Dragon, gonna give this a shot. That might get pulled, but for now, my full art foil dragon boy, big old boy. We'll see how he does. I like the recursion ability, and he's a big old boy. If I can't get him to focus though. Anyways. Alright, in this deck, one of the win cons is the Haunting Voyage, and I'll show you Patriarch's Bidding here in a minute too. So pull all the dragons out of your graveyard and go to town. Alright, Herald's Horn. That could see a cut. We shall see. I like it though. It's a good card. There is not a foil version of that other than the Warhammer version, and I don't like that version. Kloth's Will. That's a decent card. It was in the original deck until I decided to try that Blood Money card. So if I cut Blood Money, I'd probably just put that card in for Blood Money in the treasure deck too. Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, is and this is the Judge promo version of this. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Ooh. I wanted it to be in the main deck too, just because I think it's awesome, but it just it was one of my last cuts from the treasure deck. It's not gonna focus for me. That's too bad. That's too bad. Okay. Alright, and then Patriarch's Bidding, foil etched. So yeah, that the treasures are a win con in the treasure deck, of course, other than, just dragon beats. And then in this deck, it's the, pull a bunch of dragons random, out of your graveyard and go to town. So that's, especially if you have haste on the battlefield, and I have a couple cards that give me haste, so. Alright, Scale Lord Reckoner, good card. Not a fancy version, may get a proxy made of this, because that's a cool card. Scion of Draco. I did not put actual Draco in here, but Scion of Draco's good. Good stuff, good stuff. I like that old border foil etched. Alright, this card is also, actually, yeah, this card would be the oldest card that I actually opened. Now, here's the thing. It may not be the Shivan Dragon that I actually opened. So there's, I had 4 of them. So I don't know which one is the one I actually opened. I traded for the other 3. Yes, I was that guy. So I traded a ton of cards. But if it makes you feel any better, the biggest part of that, I didn't trade a ton of cards. No, that one, I do remember trading a ton of cards to a guy so I could build this deck. But I'm pretty sure the Shivan Dragon was part of the... I got a ton of cards because I traded the guy a Grinning Totem. Who remembers playing back in the day when Grinning Totem was an expensive card? So he gave me a ton of cards, which is how I got all the Shivan Dragons. That's right, that's how that went down. Because Shivan Dragons even back then weren't worth nearly as much as a Grinning Totem. Anyways, so I know that 3 of them I got in a trade. 1 of them I opened from a pack. Not sure which is which. No way to really know. I didn't mark it or anything. So yeah, Shivan Dragon is in the deck. Yes, it is. It's not a great card for a dragon deck these days, but it is still in there because it's Shivan Dragon. I have been playing with this card since I was in high school, and yeah, I love it. So it's got to be in there. Don't tell me to replace that card. I mean, you can tell me. I'm not going to listen because that card's just not getting cut. Alright, Urza's Incubator. Not the foil version, of course, because that's super expensive. But old border. Urza's Incubator is not focusing for whatever reason. All right. Well, okay. Looks like he's got a braid on his head, but he doesn't. But yeah, good card, good card. Giving Vivictus Asmati a try. We shall see how that goes. Need to get it. I think I have the foil version either in my cart or I don't think I ordered it yet. We'll see how it goes first. Wasiatora might get the cut, but I had the foil etch version of it, so I thought I'd put it in here. It is removal in a way, so yeah, and it makes the cute cat dragon tokens, so it had to be there. All right, we will give it a shot. Okay, so those are the cards that go in. The treasure cards come out. And yeah, those are my 2 dragon decks. This video is almost an hour long, 50 minutes. So yeah, that's a lot. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the deck. All your feedback would be greatly appreciated. Tell me if you want me to add a card. Tell me what to take out. If you just want to talk about, you know, fancy versions, or you want to talk about how I'm killing the game because I'm a whale, or whatever you want to say in the comments. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good day.